Today we're learning something really new. It's going to be over words like more, less, or fewer, or the same. Does anybody, can they tell me what more means?
More than less.
It means like we have, it has a greater number of objects. What does fewer mean?
Lower object.
Yes, less. And the same means they have equal amount. Okay, so that's what we're going to deal with. What numbers did we cover yesterday? Do we know? What numbers did we cover yesterday?
5 and 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to compare numbers from 1 to 5. Okay, so Weston, you need help? I'll get you in a minute. So if I have this many on my fingers, how many do I have? How many? 5. And we can do that by counting. And so we're going to use counting, the same thing as we did before. So if I have this many fingers, how many do I have?
2.
2. And we can tell by counting. It's the same thing. We're going to use these in a minute. Weston, can you please put those up at the top of your desk and leave them alone? Same with you, Carson. We're going to watch the video real quick. It's going to tell us how to do this. And then I'm going to hand out a book. When I hand out that book, we're going to look at the book and it's going to go over some of the stuff that we're doing here. Okay? Let's see if we can get this to go.
I Am Anna, written by Diane Brown, illustrated by Remy Simard.
Okay. And I'll do it from here because I don't know if the pen is ready.
What else?
Are we ready? Andy, you need to be quiet, remember? Or you'll have to move.
I see hooks. I see coats. I see more.
Okay, you see the hooks? Do we see them? How many hooks do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right. And how many coats do we have?
5.
So do we have more hooks or do we have more coats?
More hooks.
We have more hooks, right? And how can we tell? Because we have a coat hanging on each of the hooks, and we have 3 of them left over. We don't have a coat on it, so that helps us see which ones are more. Let's see if I can get it to work.
Hooks.
Okay, I'll get out of the way. Now we get this showed.
I see hats. I see shoes. I see fewer.
Okay, let's count how many hats.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, how many pairs of shoes?
1.
There's just 1 pair. So we count it as 1. So what is less? They want to know how many is fewer, which means less.
Shoes.
We have less because we could draw a line and match them up. We don't have anything to match up with these, right? So we have fewer shoes.
Shoes.
Okay.
I see mops.
You see the mops?
I see brooms.
And the brooms.
I see more.
You see more what? We see more mops. 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many brooms?
2.
So do we have more brooms or more mops?
More mops.
More mops. We have 4 is more than 2, right?
Mops.
Okay. Here we go the next.
I see green
You
blocks.
see the green blocks?
I see blue blocks. I see yellow blocks.
See the yellow blocks?
I see fewer.
Which is the one that has the fewest amount of blocks? Is
Green.
And how did you tell?
I counted.
You counted them. So how many did they have?
2.
2. How many blue blocks do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4,
5. How many yellow blocks do we have? 4. So 2 is the one that has the less amount, right?
Green blocks.
Good job. You guys are so smart. Okay. Now I'm going to hand out this book, and it goes over the same thing, but I want you guys to, we will all look at it, and I want you to take your pencil, and after I read it, I want you guys to decide which one we need to circle. Okay, do you have your pencil out? Ready to go? Page? 4, and we can't even tell which ones are the green blocks or anything, so we might just go ahead and skip that one. When I'm going to do a little thing here, and I don't know if you can see it, we're going to do a few real quickly of the same thing. Can you guys see this up here on this table by your bill? I'll hold them up.
I can't.
I'll hold them up, okay?
Okay.
I have 5 yellow bears, and I have 3 green bears. Which one has more?
Yellow.
Okay, and I'm going to do this. And what you're going to do on your papers is you're going to line them up. You're going to pair them up. Draw a line to make sure I have pairs. And you won't be able to see it very well, but can you see how I just put a line down? And I'm going to take these away. You're going to put a line down to where you have extras and pair them up. I'm going to step up here and paint you can. See? You're going to pair them up. And so you see which one has more and which one has less. Okay? So, go back to your desk and we'll do it again. If I have 4 green ones and I put on 2 blue ones, who has less? We're going to match them up.
Blue.
Right, I match them up and I have 2 more green that don't have the pair down here. So you know those are which ones it are. Okay? That's what we need to do on our paper today. So I'm going to give you guys have your cubes out there. We're going to open this up. And I'm going to tell you how many of another color to put out and you have to match them up. You can just keep it.
Like this? Keep it
That
on
would be
your
great.
desk.
But that'd be great.
I remembered
There
when I was a green ball.
you go. And you girls have groups of 3, so you'll have to cooperate and listen really well to each other and take turns. There's actually 3 deals, so we can get each one can do it. Oops, sorry. Courtney. There we go. I'll see if I can put this up on a deal so we can figure this out.
Wait, what do we do? That
I will
one's
show you just a
table.
second. I'm going to see if I can get this
Which
pulled
one's
up.
less?
Maybe.
And which one is less?
Hold on, we're not there yet.
Set that and find out.
See if that works. Camera's not connected. Hey, it did work. But we have something in the middle.
Or these.
Okay, we might have to go without. Okay. I'm going to use the bears.
Which one's blue?
Look at the front page over here. Look at the board. You guys are going to have, you see, these are going to be called yellow. And on this, you need to have 4 of your cubes, 4 blue ones out. You have 4 blue ones? You should have 5. And you need to match them up.
Okay, thanks.
Along the edge. And then you need to tell each other which one has more, the yellow cubes or the blue cubes. So work with your partner and put 4 blue ones out on this side over here, girls. This side over here. 4 blue ones. Which one has more? Match them up to the side. See how I did it on mine? I matched them up. Andy, on this side over here. Over here, on this side. Look at the board if you have any questions. On this side, Mr. Hank, over here. Just like you did, but only 4 blue ones. We only have 4. So which one has more? And just put them off to the side. Over here. It doesn't matter how they're set up. You only need 4, so you can just put one more down, Andy. So which one has more? The yellow or the blue cubes?
The blue. The blue.
How can you tell?
We counted.
You can count, but also isn't there an empty line? When you pair them up, you will see that there's an empty line. And there's no more blue ones to pair up, and there's an extra yellow. Do you see that on your paper?
Yes.
You put it across it.
There's an extra.
There's an extra line. You see? You see how we did that? Look at the board. Everybody understand? How many of you have out there, Miss Courtney? How many blue ones do you have out there? How many are we supposed to have? We're supposed to have 4. Can you show me 4? There you go. So how many, which one has more? The yellow cubes or the blue cubes?
The yellow.
The yellow, because 5 is more than 4. Okay, so we're going to go to the next side. And we are going to put up, you have the blue ones. See the blue ones? Everybody look up here. You see the blue?
Yeah.
You're going to use your yellow cubes. I actually have cubes. And we're going to put up 2 yellow cubes. So get only 2 out and put them, line them up with the line. Which one has fewer? Look at your partner and tell each other which one has fewer.
The yellow. The yellow.
Which one has fewer, Gunner?
The yellow.
Which has less? Fewer means less. Remember, we're over here.
More.
Which one has less? Which one has less? Good. Which one has less, person? Right. Which one has less, Mr. Adams?
Yellow.
Everybody tell your partners which one had less, which one had less?
2.
The 2, but it's over here. We're going to put them on the blue ones. You're going to have blue and yellow on every time. Andy, did you finish it? Or are you just playing with your blocks? You got to remember to keep going. Can't play with the blocks. We don't put them back together. We're just going to lay them out here, like I did on the board. You see how I put it on the board?
I know one.
So which one was today? We learned about some new words. More, less, or fewer, and equal. So what did more mean?
More than less.
The biggest number. That's exactly what it means. That's a great way of putting it. What does fewer mean? Anybody know? Sebi. What's another word that means fewer? Do you know? Could it also be called less? The one that has the least amount or less than the other is what's fewer. And when 2 numbers have like 2 and 2, we call that the same or equal to. Okay? We're still using the number 1 through 5. We're still counting them, and we're just seeing which group has less, more, or equal to. So if we're using these, what strategy did we use to see which one had? You know? What did we do? Did we draw lines to pair them up? Did that help us figure out which one had less or more? Uh-huh. Okay, we'll get in a second. Okay, so if you guys are done, and everybody is, because if they're done, raise your hand. I want you to stack up your cubes.
The thing I noticed the most after I watched the video of myself teaching is that I needed to slow down my delivery so the children had time to reflect a little bit more and have the appropriate wait time to be able to answer the questions. I also noticed that I should try and explain it in language that is more appropriate for kindergarten. Those things, plus I needed to be sure of all the materials beforehand. I had a few issues with the video projector, and I don't think you can always predict that. Another thing I think that this taught me is you have to be able to just go with the flow. Sometimes not everything is going to come easy, and in that time you just take what you get. This group of children, we have only been in school for 12 days, so it's kind of hard with the 17 kids that we have in kindergarten. There is a demographics of, there is 13 boys and 4 girls. So they are very talkative. They don't like to sit still very well. We actually did a small group. So I could try to get around to the kids easier and better. The classroom rules are very new to these children since we've been to school with 12 days. And so they don't always remember to follow them, to talk only when it's an appropriate time, and talk in whisper voices is new to them. Also to try to have active listening, which I've tried to engage in this, is to try to have them point their knees toward me, have their hands on top of their desk, and eyes upon me as I'm speaking. This is something new to them, and it's just taking more time to try to get them into that routine of a give and take situation. I tried to get the children up and move around, but when trying to videotape without getting the children's faces in it, that was something else that was an issue for me. And so I didn't get them to move as much as we normally do, because we normally come up to the board and move back. I think the next video will be more comfortable in front of the children and in my knowledge of what the classroom structure is and how to operate it, and not be so nervous in front of the camera in itself. But I did enjoy it, and I think the children did really well. I stumbled a few times on how I spoke. I used the terminology "you guys," which I've been cautioned about, and I noticed I did that quite often, and I need to refrain from that and try to address them as students, boys, girls, everyone, somebody, and not put it as "you guys." And that is very difficult for me, so I really have to try to keep that in mind. I've tried to use the thing of raising the hand when they are done, so I know we can move on. I've tried to use a tactic of having them point to their finger and the number of the problem, so I know they're on the right problem at the time, and so they are not confused at where they need to be at. Those are some of the things that I think has worked well for me. And I hope to find more little tricks and tidbits, especially to help myself and the children move this lessons on quicker. Some of the math lessons that we have been teaching have been more difficult, and the boys especially like to talk. We've had to regroup the children more than once to try to get them quieter so we can have a better learning environment. I've to have students stand up, as this has helped them focus better than having them completely sit down, and that doesn't bother me at all, nor my cooperative teacher. Those are some of the things that I've noticed have worked well, and I hope to find more of those little things.